So now let's use what we have learned to find all factors of a certain number. So let's start out simple and let's look at a problem like 48. So we want to find all factors of 48. Now clearly something that we always know that 1 is always a factor, right? 48, 1 times 48 would always be equal to 48. So 1 is in general always a factor. So you can always put in 1 times something and that number that would always turn out to be true. Now we have to figure out does 48 divide 2, right? And you can do it in various ways, but it's not very hard to see that it does divide 2, and 24 twos or 2 times 24 is 48. Okay, so 2 is a factor of 48. Okay, so if 2 is a factor of 48, what about 3? Well, if you know your times tables, then 3/16 are 48. So I can say 3/16 are 48. Then what about 4? Well, you know that 4/12 are 48. So we'll also get 4/12 are 48. What about 5? Well, we know that multiples of 5 are only 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so on and so forth. They either end up in 0 and 5, so that can't be true. What about 6? Well, sure, 6 eighths are 48, right? Now, 48 does not divide 7 because 7 sevens are 49. And note, we don't need to go any further because we've already checked a number like 8, right? Because 8 sixes are 48, so that has already been checked. And all numbers greater than 7 have already been checked because I've checked all numbers less than 6, but the associated numbers that were being used were greater than 8, the numbers on the right. So then I can just stop at 7 when 7 sevens are 49. So that means that all the factors of 48 are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24, and 48. So these numbers are all the factors of 48. And just to repeat, the reason why I did not check um, whether 10 is a factor of 48 or 11 is a factor of 48. Why didn't I check 11 is a factor of 48? The reason why I didn't check 11 is a factor of 48 was because I know that if 48 were equal to 11 times something, well, I know that 11 is between 8 and 12. That means that the other factor has to be between 4 and 6. And I've already, the only number between 4 and 6 is 5, and I've already checked that 5 is not a factor of uh, 5 is not a factor of uh, 48. So there is no such factor that can exist, right? Because multiplication works this way. So you can think about it, and hopefully this should be clear to you. So let's try another number like maybe 100. So let's try a number like 100. So I want to find out all factors of 100. Again, always 1 is a factor of 100. Then let's look at 2. Well, 250s are 100. You have to be good with your multiplications. If you divide 100 by a 3, you can see 100 divided by 3. I'm going to do this quickly in front of you. So this is going to be 10. 3 threes are 9. So 1, so it does not divide. 3, it doesn't work. 4 25s are 100. 6 does not divide. 5 does divide 100, sorry. I have to go to 5. 5 20s are 100. 6 does not divide 100. 7 does not divide 100. You can work through it. 8 does not divide 100. 9 does not. 10 does. 10 tens are 100. And now I don't need to go any further. Why? Because if 100, again, is the same argument as I made earlier, if 100 were equal to 11 multiplied by something, well, that something has to be less than or equal to 9. But here on the left hand side, I've checked all numbers less than or equal to 9. So there is no need to check. And I'm done. So the total factors are going to be 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20, 25, 50, and 100 are all the factors of 10. or factors of 100, sorry.